I was riding a city bike the other day and someone screamed, "Dr. Mike, we want more House MD." Here we go, House MD number 3.
Oh God. Is the baby coming? I don't know how to do this.
Okay, Ian?
Yeah, sure.
I think you are.
Are they both gonna be patients in this episode?
Bleeding.
Wow, that's a lot of blood. A little poker. I used to play poker semi-professionally during my college days. I would play online before it was banned, and I would make some money, not a lot of money. It was more about a learning experience, but the friends that I played with, we constantly used poker as an analogy for everything we did in life, whether it was medicine, talking to girls, relationships with our friends. We would always somehow relate it back to poker, and I feel like that's what's gonna happen in this episode. Everything that's gonna happen with this patient is somehow gonna turn into a poker hand. What's interesting about poker is that it's a lot like life. Making a difficult decision, you're not always gonna have all your information available at your disposal, right? Because life is crazy and things change all the time, there's variables. So there's a lot of luck involved in life. That's the same thing that happens in poker. Skill can only take you so far. There's a huge luck component. If your opponent has only one card that will beat you, despite the fact that every other card is gonna work in your favor, they may win. And if they win, it doesn't mean that they outplayed you, it means that they got lucky. The same thing that can happen in life. You can make a great decision with all the information available at your disposal, and yet you could still lose or have a bad outcome. I love House, but the way he jumps to knowing that there's something more sinister happening with this child from hearing the basic story, it's a little extra. Some children, when they have diarrhea, especially bloody diarrhea with stable vital signs, stable labs, can act a little bit strange, and as time goes on, they improve. By him taking a special interest in the story just from hearing that story is a little unrealistic. How does he know what that is? I've never even heard of it. I don't know how you justify doing a colonoscopy on a child with a single episode of bloody diarrhea and a stomachache with normal vital signs, normal labs, just off of the fear that there could be a rare, potentially life-threatening condition that hasn't yet presented itself in any other way outside of ataxia and bloody diarrhea. Doing a colonoscopy, while it's a common procedure, it's not a benign procedure. Things can go wrong. You can rupture the colon, you can have an infection. I mean, if something negative happens as a result of the colonoscopy and you find nothing, that's horrible. You did that to the child. Yes, like I said before, residents don't do all the procedures. You would get a gastroenterologist to do the colonoscopy. Internal medicine residents don't just do colonoscopies on their own. This is crazy. Why am I getting so upset about this? It's just a show.
Doctor, her admission.
Look, telling patients information once you know it is really important because you want to honor the idea of autonomy, where a patient has the ability to act upon their own body with the best information possible. In this case, it would be the patient's parents because the child can't make decisions for himself. However, if you have incomplete information and that information is very worrisome and it's not going to bring any value to the patients and only going to bring anxiety, maybe best leave that information out until you have a more concrete plan or answer. Otherwise, we're just creating a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, and essentially telling these parents, your child might die today because we don't know what we're doing. I'm pausing it and I'm looking up what Erdheim-Chester is because this is ridiculous. Erdheim-Chester disease. It's a rare type of slow-growing blood cancer. In Erdheim-Chester, the excess production of histiocytes, aka histiocytosis, leads to inflammation that could damage organs and tissues throughout the body, causing them to be thickened, dense, scarred, fibrotic, and this tissue damage may lead to organ failure. I thought they tested for this, and if they did a kidney biopsy, they would have found this. I don't know where he's going with this. This is a disease that probably happens 1 in a million. Kind of appropriate for a House episode. Quick. House MD is awesome, but check out these hilarious 2 videos. I know you're gonna love them. And stay happy and healthy.